purpose of this video is to help business professionals and technical professionals understand the logic of a business report and a financial report. This is Luca. It's a way to create a digital financial report and then export that information to XBRL and eventually other formats. You can log into this using MetaMask. There's my MetaMask ID. Or I can use Google. I'm just going to use Google, use that account. So now I'm logged in. So I could use some existing reports, which I've created, but I'm going to create a new report just to show you the basics of this model. Create a new report, type in the name. There you have the name of the report. You get a new report. And then this is the information you have to enter for the report. Base information, terms, labels, which are a property of terms, references, which are property of terms, structures, associations, rules, and facts. So I'm going to enter each of those. I'm going to add a taxonomy, which is, it's going to be a local taxonomy. I'm not going to import. I could import any of these taxonomies, but I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to create a local taxonomy. This is kind of a funky thing. This needs to be fixed. I'm going to use the namespace prefix report. I'm going to put in a namespace identifier. This is the most technical looking thing of the entire report. This and this. I don't know how to make this any easier. We're going to use the name. It's looking for a schema file. We're going to use a default language of just English. Oops. And this can use just to provide a description or commentary about the taxonomy that is being created. So this is basically like creating an extension, XBRL taxonomy, if you're into that. So I'm going to save that. Okay, so I entered the base information. Now I'm going to enter terms. The accounting equation has three terms: assets, liabilities, and equity. And then we're going to add one more to act as an abstract hanger for those first three. So I'm going to add. I entered one in the base information. I entered one prefix, so I get only that. I want to create a concept. That concept is assets. I entered the label. It could automatically generate the report element name from the label. It's not doing that yet. That will have a data type of monetary, and it's a debit, and it is an instant in time. So that's the first concept. The second concept is also a concept: liabilities. Monetary, that is a credit, still an instant. The third is equity, a credit, an instant. And I'm going to add the fourth, which is an abstract. It's this little hanger. I'm not going to go into this right now. It does not have a data type, a balance type, or a period type. And there we have our report elements, our terms. I'm not sure whether to call it terms or report elements. Labels are just a property of the term. I don't need any more of those. References are just a property of the term. I don't need any more of those. I do need a structure. I'm going to use the structure balance sheet. So that's all the structures I need. I need to configure the associations. So I am going to create a presentation association in the balance sheet structure where I'm going to hook to this abstract concept. It's parent-child because it is a presentation relation. This list should be constrained by the types allowed by this, which is not done yet. The concept I'm associating with this concept is assets. I don't need this. This is for calculation relations, and I don't need this. I'm just going to use the standard label, and I could enter a sequence. So I need to do this for the other relations. There are two more. Another presentation relation to the balance sheet, that abstract concept, parent-child relation to liabilities, and I don't have that I can do. And the third one is equity. And those are all the relations. Okay? I want to add one rule. These are the types of rules that I could add. I'm just going to add a consistency rule. The rule code, I just put in a unique code. I enter in this very simple format. Don't worry about what the $ means. It's calculating this concept value. It's checking the consistency of that concept. The structure that it's in is the balance sheet, and I can put in the commentary, which I'm not going to bother. Okay, so that's my rule. Then I'm going to add some facts. So this, I enter some sort of an ID. So there's the ID. I use a separator, and I enter a scheme. So I'm going to copy that. I think that this bug has been fixed. There was a bug there. Oops. No, I screwed up. There you go. I enter a date. The concept assets, let's give it a value of 1,000. The units, let's use US dollars. Rounding is infinite. And I don't need a fact ID. I don't need dimensions. That looks good. So now I'm going to enter a second fact. Okay, this is not working correctly. Tried to fix it, but didn't get it right. This is also, should provide you a list of the available periods. It's not doing that. So let's give that 500 US dollars, rounding infinite, no fact ID. The second fact, And the third fact, I'm going to take this because this is still not working right. Equity, this has to be 500 because liabilities is 500 and assets is 1,000. So to make it work per that rule, this has to be 500. And there are my facts. Okay. So now to create the report, all I have to do is press generate report. And right now it only supports XBRL, but it will support other formats like RDF, Prolog, graph query language. Here's all the different XBRL files. There's the instance file. I select download. It generates the files, and there it is. I can download it. And let's see. There you can see it. And I'm going to call that good for this video.